there's some ladies out there that are vocalizing the fact that they are getting divorced, they'd never want to be married, they're single, they're happy, their body count is high, their dignity is low, and they don't give a shit. Okay? So I want to get your guys' perspective. A wide range of women here, from born-again virgins to looking for a partner on OnlyFans and everywhere in between. And I like that, okay? And my homeless, penniless, shoeless, breedless, wordless friend over here. So here's a wide range of women in different career paths, but are saying sort of similar things. And I want to let you get ladies weigh in on this. So the first woman we have is Mia Khalifa, okay? She is now encouraging, she's a porn star who has turned into a motivational speaker, apparently. She's got something on her side of her face, but she'll take that off. So she's 30 years old. She's encouraging women to leave their husbands. So this TikTok video, she questioned the idea of marriage and unapologetically told her female fans to leave their husbands. We're going to play it fast, so pay attention.
Oh, we're comparing stats. Baby girl doesn't know that I am Tom Brady at this game. Married at 18, divorced at 21. Second marriage, married at 25, divorced at 28. Third engagement, engaged at 29, ended it at 30, but I kept the ring. I'm still keeping Tom Brady on his toes. We should not be afraid to leave these men. We are not stuck with these people. Marriage is not a sanctimonious thing. It is paperwork. It's something, it's a commitment you make to someone. But if you feel like you're not getting anything from that commitment and you're trying, you gotta go. You gotta go. You have to go. I know it's difficult to fill out paperwork and to make appointments and to do all of these things, but this is your fucking life. Do you want to be stuck with someone? Period. Do you want to be stuck with...
Okay, thanks, Mia. Got it. So she was married 3 times by the age of 30. She's a porn star. My question is, why would a man want to marry that? Let's move right along. Britney Renner. Okay, she's 31. She recently did an interview with Shannon Sharp, ex-NFL player. I don't see this relationship taking off in the way that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, almost forgot his name for a second.
You only remember the Taylor Swift, see?
So they talked about a body count controversy. She's been twerking and breaking necks on the internet, if you don't know who she is, but now she's turning heads after revealing her body count. Let's play that clip.
It's the wrong way, but they kind of like, that's mine. And to know that that package has been unwrapped
by
somebody else on multiple occasions, it doesn't sit well. I'm gonna keep it one. You say keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Because my dating pool is, I mean, my God, impressive, expansive. I've had sex with 35 guys. Okay.
Whew. Oh Lord.
Impressive isn't the word. So if I'm judged for
anybody else need a shot of this?
If I'm judged for having great taste,
we are in the bar, so help yourself. We got this for the next hour. Whew. That's I mean the crux of this. That's what you might sit to the edge of my seat.
Okay, so she's basically saying she's 31, and then it's also her body count. Is that what she said, Malik?
What was her body count?
What's that?
What was her body count?
31.
Okay. Oh, okay.
No, she's 31. Her body count's 35.
Okay, gotcha. Her body count is 35. She's 31. Mm-hmm. Okay, got it. So we have Mia Khalifa, influencer, married 3 times. Okay, working on a 4th. Porn star giving advice to women. You also have Britney Renner, 31 years old, 35 body count. She became famous because she entrapped an NBA player, had a baby with him, left him. Now she's getting all that. How much? You know this story? Child support money. Okay, gotcha. So you say, all right, Adam, this one's a porn star, one's sort of just a twerker. Maybe like just get me a normal girl. Okay. Well, Emily Ratajkowski, pretty girl, not a porn star, not anyone sold for sex. Anyone not know who that is? Let's play this clip. She's basically saying getting divorced before 30 is actually a good thing. She says there's nothing better than a divorce before 30. Speaking of Sophie Turner divorcing Joe Jonas, Emily said divorced her ex-husband Sebastian Bear McClard in 2022. She's now 32, single, and basically encouraging women to get divorced. Let's play that clip from Emily Ratajkowski.
It seems that a lot of ladies are getting divorced before they turn 30. And as someone who got married at 26, has been separated for a little over a year, 32, I have to tell you, I don't think there's anything better. Being in your 20s is the trenches. There is nothing better than being in your 30s, still being hot, maybe having a little bit of your own money, figuring out what you want to do with your life, everything, and having tried that married fantasy and realizing that it's maybe not all it's cracked up to be, and then you've got your whole life still ahead of you. So for all of those people who are stressed or feeling stressed about that, about being divorced, like it's good. Congratulations.
Congratulations on getting divorced. Congratulations, ladies. And the last one we'll play is actually my ex-girlfriend, Chelsea Handler. She broke the internet this weekend because apparently she got into a relationship with this guy right here, she said, "This is my baby. He is full of love and positivity, and his body is my wonderland." Shout out to John Mayer. "I love my baby, and now I go back to work. 2 shows this weekend at the Beacon. There are still tickets for the Saturday show." Congratulations to her. So everyone was getting so excited for Chelsea and her new man and her newfound love. But then it turns out it was a joke because she's a comedian and he was just the bartender. And she is still 48, turning 49, and single, never married, no kids. So Chelsea and I got into an internet fight a couple months ago.
Yeah.
So here's my question to the ladies. All right, there used to be a time when women were proud to be wives and mothers. That was like their whole goal in life. I'm proud of being a mom. I'm proud of being a wife. This is like what I'm all about. Now there's a term called trad wife, and it's almost being met with shame. So we have a bunch of young, beautiful, feminine women here. Here's my question. What's going on with women today? And how much do these women, the Mia Khalifas of the world, the Emily Ratajkowskis of the world, the Britney Renners of the world, the Chelsea Handlers of the world, actually influence your way of thinking? Okay? Miss Sauce.
I mean, personally, I wouldn't say that they necessarily influence me. But I would say that generally speaking, I think that there's a shift that's happening where like the nuclear family and things like that aren't as normal as it used to be back in the day. And with that, like they're working more, they're just not getting married as young, and they're not getting married as often. And then I think the other thing is like divorce ends, I think it's like 50% of divorces, or 50% of marriages end in divorce.
Yes.
So I think with like numbers like that and the shift that's happening like mentally for women, it's causing it to just be like they don't either want to get married or they just want to get divorced and don't feel like that they need to be in the relationships. I think the other thing is also the relationships we see today, and men speaking in general, I don't think that they, like the way that they court women and treat them is not the same that they did back in the day. And so I think a lot of that is the relationships are different and women don't want to be in the relationships or don't want to stand for it or whatever. So they're getting divorced and they're leaving and they're packing their bags.
Break down that last sentence. You said the courting was different, but women are gonna not want to stay in this relationship. Like back in the day,
like men used to have to, like they didn't have social media. You couldn't slide into the DMs. You know, you can't like a girl's selfie and that's how you're telling her you like her. Like if you saw her out, you had to go up to her, speak to her. Yeah. You know, it was more, I think like you had to put more effort in and things to actually create that relationship and stuff. And now I think it's been very cheapened and it's just like easy now. And so I think that with that, it's kind of cheapened marriage and relationships as a whole, and the experience of it. And so I think that people just don't want to be involved in that if that's kind of the way that it is.
Kyla, you're the only one married on this panel, right? Nobody else? So you were almost one of those girls. You said you were, you've been married 6 years, you've been together for a long time, and you got separated, but you worked on it and you got it back.
Yeah, we broke.
So when you see women basically saying it's okay, get divorced before you're 30, it's great, you should do it. Go, girlfriend, congratulations. What would you say to women that are considering just getting divorced?
I think this is complicated because I don't really know what marriage means to our society anymore. We're deeply atheistic. What is marriage specifically?
Deeply what?
Atheistic, right? We're
Atheistic,
very secular. So what does marriage even mean? And so it's tricky, right? Because this idea of like, have you ever heard of the gray divorce revolution?
No. The gray divorce revolution?
Yeah, it's a much less
Does that have to do with the older people?
Yeah.
The gray-haired people? Yeah.
Everyone's talking about how nobody's getting married, but nobody's talking about how all of our parents are getting divorced, right? And I grew up Christian, super fundamentalist. Most of my friends' parents waited till the kids left and then divorced and have a miserable marriage. So we have all these young people who, by the way, men are never approaching. 50% of men under 25 have never approached a woman in their entire life. Nobody's dating. Everyone's lonely. And we have it feels like an increasingly kind of self-focused orientation to relationships that I don't know what we want out of marriage. I don't know what the point is. And so I'm very for marriage. I'm for marriage, but the question to me is basically if you're getting into a relationship, the question has to be what am I bringing into it? What do I want from it? And what do both of our mutual goals look like?
You saying you don't know what the point of marriage is?
Well, originally the point of marriage is going to be things like child rearing and security, right? The issue is that marriage also comes from lots of religious ties. So some element of a moral idea of covenant is, if you're using the Protestant background, which most of us probably come from to some degree. And it's okay, well, we don't have this spiritual covenant which says it's immoral to break this relationship. So now if we're going to do marriage in a secular way, I still think loyalty and stuff can be valued, but it has to be grounded on something different than it was in the past. Yeah. And my question is essentially, what is that thing that we're grounding?
What you're saying is, a lot of times it was, in the eyes of God, I now pronounce you. Now people are I don't really think God is at the
Spaghetti Monster's not going to smite me.
Smith Jones wedding at 3 p.m. on Sunday. I don't think he's kind of busy today.
Yeah.
He's saying that it's more secular now.
Sure.
But what happens to the whole vows for richer, for poor, for health and through sickness? Do these vows mean anything? Or after 40 years of marriage, it's fuck your vows, bro. I'm sick of this guy or chick or whatever.
Well, the issue is it bad, right? Part of the question that I ask myself with the gray revolution specifically is, if they raise their kids together, their kids are semi-healthy and functional, although a lot of millennials have a lot of problems with their parents, right? The question is it bad that they're breaking up? Or another question is, was it kind of bad that they stayed together the whole time? I think the problem is that we want to fall back on tradition and be marriage is the best. And just so it's clear, I stand marriage, obviously. I love my marriage. And I think a lot of people can benefit from it. But the question that I ask people is, if you're saying, I want to get married to somebody, my question to you is, why? What does that mean to you? Because if there's no foundation to the relationship, how can you expect it to last a long time? What does it mean?
Got it. What do you think?
I completely agree. I've been to several weddings this year, and I'll tell you right now, for the richer, for poor, I haven't heard anyone do those vows traditionally like that at any of the weddings that I've been to. And I don't know if anyone else has had a similar experience, but I completely agree that if you're going into a contract with somebody, which is what that is, you better make sure that whatever you're in the contract for, you're on the same page about. And to your point, you were able to work it out because you were on the same page. I think a lot of us get married and have kids with the wrong people that aren't on the same page. And in that case scenario, it's better to get divorced, especially the younger you are, because you have a better chance at actually finding the right person that's on the same page than to stay in a bad, unhealthy relationship.
Gotcha. Do you think women are listening to this advice? What do you think? The advice that these women are giving?
It's like subconscious, I bet.
I mean, I definitely am not going to take any type of dating or marriage advice from a 30-year-old porn star who's been divorced 3 times. If you've been through 3 marriages before 30, you might be the problem.
But what about Emily Ratajkowski when she's go for it, girl, get divorced, live your life, your 20s, you get 30s, it's the time to do it.
She got divorced because her ex-husband was a serial cheater, I'm pretty sure. He got caught cheating on her multiple times. So I feel like she's saying these things to kind of validate her own sense of independence that she was sort of pushed into by leaving that relationship because he was cheating. And it's almost like a self-soothing type of way to validate herself that her marriage didn't work out and she's so much happier without him, and she's going to keep saying that until she really believes it. But who knows what she really feels. I mean,
Lydia, you said that you were engaged at one point. You're luckily you didn't get married. You were too young. You said you were 19 at the time. But now you're saving yourself for marriage now. So when you hear this divorce situation, woman getting divorced multiple times, 35-year-old body count for a 31-year-old chick, baby daddy drama, baby mama drama. Chelsea Handler's 48, single, no man, joking that she's got a boyfriend, yet she advocates women don't have kids. Make some sense of all this from your perspective.
Really just depends on the person and the situation. So as far as marriage goes, I do believe it should be something it's supposed to be special. You're supposed to stay in it. The only way you should leave a marriage is if you're being abused in some way, shape, or form. So if someone is cheating on you, of course you should leave. Otherwise, you should ask those questions. Why are you going into a marriage? What do you want out of this? Me personally, if I were to get married, I want children out of it. So I want to make sure that I'm marrying a man who wants the same thing as me, who wants a family unit that we can move forward with. And he's willing to provide, and I'm willing to be feminine, and we're willing to come together and have a family. That's what I want personally. Now, everybody's different, so maybe someone just wants a life partner, and that's okay too. But again, if you're just getting married to get married, you have to have some sort of base. Like, you have to be like, this is what I'm going into this marriage for, this relationship for.
There you go. All right, what about you? And then we're going to let Goldie weigh in on all your guys' answers. So you're 30, how old?
33.
You're 33. You got a great voice.
Thank you.
You're looking for a new OnlyFans co-star.
Boyfriend. Into a husband.
Okay. Give me your plan. Christy, St. Regis, you can subscribe to her OnlyFans below. Give me your plan. Give me your 5-year plan to get married, have kids, live your dream life. Go ahead.
Yeah, I 1,000% want to get married, but I take it super seriously. I don't want to get divorced. I don't want my children to ever have to have divorced parents. My parents are divorced, and I don't want to do that to my kids. So that's why I'm still 33 and never been married, because I'm not going to do that until I find my person, and I truly believe they're my one and only person, and they're my forever. You brought up trophy wife in the beginning. I don't think trophy wife is a bad thing. I would love to be a trophy wife. I want to be a mom. I believe in traditional gender roles, like the man's the leader and the provider. The woman is the caretaker and the nurturer and creates the home. I totally want that and believe in it. I don't think girls should be listening to the people that were just on the screen, but I think that they are being very influenced. They're shoving feminism down our throats, just like a lot of other BS that I don't agree with. But for me, people are like, oh, you're 33, you're still single, you've never been married. It's like, yeah, because they take it very seriously, and I'm not gonna, when I date someone, I also want to be like, could I see this as the father of my children? Because if no, then it's not worth it to me.
Last question for you, and then I want to get Goldie to weigh in on everything here. You're 33, you're an attractive girl, you're looking for a boyfriend. How much are you concerned that the guy you want will not take you seriously because of your past?
I'm not actually that concerned about it. It seems to be like when I go on podcasts, people are concerned about it. But, I mean, it didn't affect my relationship with my ex, my relationship with him. I met him when I didn't have OnlyFans. I created an OnlyFans. And then we became serious once I kind of started doing OnlyFans.
So let me unpack that. Because you do podcasts from time to time?
Yeah.
Okay. You're saying that it's only an issue on podcasts, on camera.
Yeah.
But not on camera. They're like, yeah, do whatever you want to do with your body. I don't really give a shit.
Well, a lot of guys are actually into it. I'm talking to this one guy right now, and he was kind of weirded out that if we started dating and he got emotionally invested, he didn't want my ex to be on my OnlyFans anymore. And I was like, well, then would you be on my OnlyFans so I could replace the content? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, that's fine then.
And I don't need any names. So what does this guy do for work?
That guy is, my ex was a pilot, and this guy
this guy.
This guy's a comedian.
Ah.
These are jokes out here, guys.
So if you like that clip, click right here to watch another, or if you want to watch the entire SOSCAST, click right here.